Christmas Day is here at last.
You know that song more than I would.
Welcome to Polite as Fuck.
Welcome to another episode.
This is what is that book? No Good, Terrible, Horrible, Bad Day. When everything goes wrong.
This has been this week.
Episode and
this episode this week. This past 20 minutes.
Literally, we've spent over 20 minutes. If you're on video, we have one mic.
We're down to one mic. Guys, fuckers. I can't explain it enough. We're trying so fucking hard. So fucking hard. What are we doing? I don't know. But we're making it work.
No.
We're here. That's what matters.
We're going to talk to you guys about being sad.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way to describe
because
our
it's been the
current
theme.
It's just really sad.
Sad girls only.
What's been making you sad? What's the latest in your life?
Okay, well, I just think the weather's not been helping.
Yeah,
so
it's May Gray.
May Gray. And well, honestly, I haven't gotten my period when I was supposed to, so I was just been like, "Are you coming?" And then she came, and I was like, in a little pile of my own tears. My job has been driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you call it? What are those things? Like a existential crisis? How do you say that?
Existential?
Existential?
Uh-huh.
Crisis? That's how I've been feeling this whole, I don't even know, week, I guess.
Yeah.
I was just like, what? Who am I? And what am I doing?
Literally.
Yeah, what's new with you? Where are you going? And when people are listening to have been or gone to? Crisis.
Well,
it's not a crisis. It's actually fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's more, but even when I booked it, I was like, what am I doing? I'm going to Colombia. Booked this last minute. Literally don't even have my return flight yet. And I'm leaving tomorrow.
I love that for you.
But when I was doing it, I was like, yeah, this is fun. This is awesome. I love that I'm doing this. But what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Literally, what am I doing with my life? And then I got ghosted, kind of, by the first guy I feel that I really have vibed with since my ex. The first time I was like, oh, there's a glimmer of hope in my life.
In the world and yes.
And then he just I literally almost wish I was ghosted more than what is happening right now.
No, I totally agree. He's just keeping you
over 24 hours to respond to one message.
But then acting like he wants to hang out, or acting like he is interested, or wants to communicate, wants to have a conversation with you, and then when you reach back out, it's a weird game. I don't like it.
I don't either.
I don't understand it.
I know. It's very frustrating. And I feel I've been having frustrations at work. Today, I was supposed to present to this person who was very difficult to work with. And recently they laid off another person out of the blue. And it was just all very, people on the meeting who I wasn't planning on being in the meeting. Mm-hmm. And then we presented, I did the whole thing, and there was no feedback the entire time until the end when I shouldn't have even asked. I shouldn't have even been I just want, so the point of this is to make sure we're aligned and that we're heading in the right direction and that there's not any concerns and that we're just going to keep doing what we're doing and
oh no.
Blah, blah, blah. And then he was basically just tore it apart. But he tore it apart without saying anything constructive, which is what made me so mad because he was he just makes these sweeping statements of nothing's working or there's no strategy or something. And I'm
instead of oh God, giving
a specific thing, tell me where or what is it that you're looking for then? If I'm missing the mark every single time I seem to talk to you, what is it that you want? I know. And I have so many thoughts. I have so many things I want to say, but it's just been a weird The period thing I think is huge too. Ellie and I both got off birth control. Go listen to Dr. Amy's episode on birth control.
So good.
But I feel like it's the first time in a long time.
I feel like a teenager.
Yeah, that I feel like I'm like, what is going on? I can't control my emotions.
Yeah, I mean, I feel way more stable, like, mentally now that I'm off birth control when I'm not on my period. Like, I feel like I'm a little bit more motivated. I have a little bit more giddy up, if you will. But when the period comes, it's like I feel like a teenager.
Yeah.
But, like, aside from all that, I just think it's funny to talk about this, obviously, now that we're, like, not kind of in these holes and cry, because it's like sometimes I think about when I am in a mood, if I'm on my period or if something is happening and I'm, like, crying over things, like, the dumb things that get you, whereas, like, 2 days later or a day later, you're like, what?
I know.
Like, why am I freaking out over that?
I know.
And it's not even like, I don't even know. And this is what I want to say too. I get angry, but then I also get cryy. And I feel like more recently I've just been like cryy. Like, I don't think, when like someone, especially me, like if I'm driving and someone cuts me off, like I'm very quick to be like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of my way. But now I'm just like, why would you do that? Like, to me, my Monday morning.
That's funny.
And I think, because it is like, looking back, I'm like, oh my God, Ellie, seriously? But in the moment, I'm just like, and then I get upset, and it's like before, I would just get angry at myself, but now I'm like I'm just done with the crying. Like, I'm ready to be done.
Yeah.
But I just think it's funny, and that's why I wanted to kind of have this episode, because I think so many women can relate to like just like crying over dumb shit.
Literally, what am I crying over? Yeah.
I think it's so funny.
It's weird to me because like recently my therapist was like, you need to cry. In so many words, that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
Because I will always justify in my mind why I shouldn't be sad.
Yeah.
Like, I'll start to get sad and then I'll be like, shut the fuck up. You're not sad. There's no reason to be sad. Like,
I don't know how you
toxic.
do that.
I almost feel like sometimes it's like toxic positivity with myself. Like, it's like,
you're fine.
You're fine. Everything's
Look at
fine.
everything
You don't like. People have way worse problems than you. You need to buck up and shut up and carry on.
Yeah.
And so I think you came home. I don't actually remember what was happening, but I was sitting I was really trying to curate a sad moment for myself. I was sitting on the balcony. I had
out of like an indie movie or something. I swear to God.
I had like the saddest music playing. I had my journal. I was like looking at old photos on my phone. I was like, please just cry. And I couldn't do it. But now, the other night, I was laying. It was like the scene that I was trying to create just happened.
Yeah.
I was laying curled in a ball on top of my bed, like not even in the covers. Sad music playing. I had just written in my journal, like tears falling down, writing.
It's not funny because we've been there, but it's just like, oh God, sometimes those moments.
Sometimes, yeah, it just happens. And then it gets, I feel like I get sad and then immediately switch to anger. And I'm like, fuck you. Why did you do this to me?
Yes.
I hate you. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. And then the next morning you're like playing Bad Bunny. You're like, oh, it's a beautiful day. That's what I was like this morning.
But I thought we could start out before we talk about crying instances.
Yes.
Why it's good to cry.
Oh,
because I think, at least if you're anything like me, you like try and talk yourself out of it to be like, you don't need to. There's nothing to cry over.
Yeah.
But I found this article on Healthline that's, I don't know how many reasons, 9 ways that crying is beneficial for your health. And the first one is that it detoxes your body. It's saying emotional tears contain stress hormones and other toxins. Researchers believe that crying flushes these things out of your system, though more research is needed in this area. Wow. That was so horrible. What I was trying to say is that there's toxins in your tears and your body's letting them out. And so it's good.
Love that.
The second one is it helps to self-soothe. Researchers have found that the crying activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps your body rest and digest. Which I will say, after I cry, I could pass out, like
Honestly.
fall asleep, and I'm also very hungry usually.
Yeah.
So I feel like those things I experience when
I do feel
crying.
better, like, in the sense of, like, it's a release.
Uh-huh.
Like, I just feel like you have all of this, like, build up, and then you release it. Then I'm like, I don't have to hold on to anything anymore. I'm cried out.
Yeah. Which, speaking of crying out, the third one is that saying it dulls the pain, and crying for long periods releases oxytocin and endogenous opioids, otherwise known as endorphins. These feel-good chemicals can help ease both physical and emotional pain.
Oh, I love that.
So I feel like it's your body just being like, let me feel better.
Yeah.
Like you have to let it out so that those chemicals, endorphins, can enter your body. It improves your mood. When you sob, you take in many quick breaths of cool air. And I think of myself when I'm...
You know, I haven't had a cry like that in a minute.
Yeah, I haven't either.
And I'm like, oh my God. Well, actually, yeah, I have. But like...
What was that over?
A Chiquita.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was actually devastating.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really sad. Oh, Ellie, stop. Come on now. Not yet.
Sorry.
But no, that's okay. Yeah, but even still sometimes, like, it just reminds me of, like, the newborn cry where their lips are just, like...
Yeah.
So cute.
I know.
Stop.
Please shut up.
Please shut it. Not my thoughts. Your thoughts.
I don't want to read all of them, but the last one I think was really good is it said it restores emotional equilibrium. And I think for myself, at least, I hold it in so much.
Yeah.
So I get to
balance.
the point, where I'm literally like the scale is tilted so far.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there's no, like I'm not going to feel better.
Yeah.
And then you cry and then you're like, that was stupid.
Yeah, I also think of it like kind of like sweat. Like when you're hot, your body sweats because it's the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. And I think like when you get to a stress level or a sad level or whatever, you have like hormones or something's going on in you and your body's response is to cry, like you should let that happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be cool to like tell myself not to sweat, but I can't. So I guess I shouldn't tell myself not to cry either.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's good. I
feel like it makes me feel better at least about crying because I don't know, crying is usually associated in my mind with like weakness.
Yeah.
And not necessarily like I don't judge people who are crying at all. It's more myself.
I think it's the way that we grew up.
Yeah.
I also think too I think I don't know, it is weakness. I feel like you're strong and independent, and crying sometimes is not something that you want to like open up, and so it's just you think in the moment it's easier to like shove all the feelings down, but then what ends up happening is you become ridiculous and it starts like coming out at the most like dumbest points that you're just like, oh my gosh, if I would have just had my moment and dealt with my bullshit when I needed to more recently than this can of soup that won't open and I've been at it for like 20 fucking minutes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is TMI, and just skip ahead if you don't want to listen, but literally this morning.
I knew that was what you were going to say. I knew it.
I was getting so upset.
Did you cry?
Almost. I also was scared because I couldn't get my Diva Cup out. I could not. I was like, I was also like, I want these fucking nails off of my hand. Like I felt like they weren't helping because
it's so hard, and when that happens, I would for sure cry.
I'm like squatting in the shower. Like the water's just dripping all over my face.
That's why you have to do it in the shower. How the fuck do people take out their Diva Cup over a toilet?
That's what I usually do.
What? How? You like lift your leg up?
No, that's how I actually got it out. I couldn't get it out in the shower. I got out of the shower, I sat on the toilet, and I got it out.
Oh my God. Maybe because you like sit all your weight down, maybe. Whereas like if in the shower you're squatting. I don't know. I have to take it out in the shower. It's just so much easier for me.
I don't know. Anyway, if you have a Diva Cup, tell me how you get it out, because I don't know. I'm
a struggle
new
sometimes.
to this again.
Yes, we love Diva Cups. Anyway, okay, so we posted again. We cannot say thank you guys enough for those who thank you guys enough. Wow, can't speak. Thank you all for those.
What?
I don't know.
Thanks for participating in our polls. They're not even polls. I say that every time, and it's not a poll.
It's a response.
Response. Thanks for answering our question.
Yeah. Participating in our Instagram. Okay, we're done. But I haven't looked at any of the answers yet, so I want to hear what some of them are. We asked, what was the question?
We'll do the first one, which was, when was the last time you cried?
Okay, yeah.
So when was the last time you cried?
Last time I cried was, I think it was, last night or the night before. One day that we were like really upset. I can't remember whatever day that was. I think it might have been yesterday. Over work stuff. And like just driving home, listening to like sad music again. Getting home, seeing that you were in a mood too, and then like I just got in the shower and was just listening to music, and the steam was. I didn't even turn on the light in the shower. I just had like the candle light on. Such a vibe. So and I was just like, it wasn't even like sobs. It was just like in the shower and like tears were just. You know when you just like don't make any noise. Yeah. It was then.
Aww.
Yeah, it was needed though.
Yeah.
And then I literally again this morning I woke up making breakfast and I'm like, and I'm like, what? This is a full shift, girl. That was mine. What about you?
Oh, what I just said when I was laying in my bed.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I responded to our own poll and said getting ghosted. Because I thought I was ghosted, and now I'm like...
I don't think it was because... I honestly don't think it was just this. I think
You're
there's
right.
a lot of
You're
things
right.
that happened. I think it's just being let down by someone you get along with is already like such a strong like pang itself that on top of everything else and not really like being a crier that I think just tipped the scale.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I do think it's also too, like, what I had been trying to make myself cry about, I had never, like, actually let those emotions out.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I had just been like, it's all okay, it's gonna be fine. And then when it didn't work out,
It was
I
like,
was like, are you fucking kidding?
yeah.
So that was upsetting. But some of the other answers were the new season of Queer Eye.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I don't think I've seen
watched
it
Queer
ever. I don't think I've ever seen Queer Eye.
That show is so good.
I have not seen it. Next on
Highly
the list.
recommend. Seeing old pictures of my dad when he was a child with my grandpa bawled my eyes out.
Oh, love that. Yeah, that would make me cry for sure.
Yeah. Seeing old pictures of my parents, it's like...
Weird.
It's weird. It's also... It is very emotional for me because I'm like, you forget that they were also once your age or like once just this like naive kid that was just trying to figure out life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like...
What?
You've been through so much.
I
know. Man Called Odo.
Oh, the movie with Tom Hanks, I think. I've
What
never
is that
seen
about?
that. I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, Tom Hanks, I'm sure I would have cried too.
My dog got lost on a hike and I was at work, so I had to leave work to find her.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
I know. But I'm also confused, like, why was your dog
On a hike,
on a hike
without
without you?
It just took itself on a hike.
Like, I read that and I was like, that's sad, but like, what?
What are the logistics to that sadness? Because now I'm confused.
Like, I get you only have so many characters to type, but...
Oh my god.
ACL surgery recovery? I can't even imagine.
Jesus Christ.
Getting ACL surgery, I feel like it's probably one of the worst surgeries.
I think that's what my sister got. Ania's had that. It just
Really?
looks... honestly, surgery freaks me out. And, like, that kind of stuff is just... I don't know. Painful
Anything with
recovery.
your, like, leg, where
Yeah.
you're, like, immobile. Like, if I had fractured my femur or something,
Oh, my lordy.
I would cry. I would
I would...
cry.
That's justified fully.
TikTok, but also thinking about my dog growing old.
Same. Recently, same. And sometimes, like, when you have dogs and you're already sad, not that doesn't like fall into our next category, which is like dumb shit, because I don't think it's dumb to think about, but sometimes I will like purposefully It sounds so dumb. Like, I will, not purposefully,
No,
but like, I'll just
I
like
know
look
what
at
you're
them and I'll be
saying.
like, oh my God. Like, I can't. I'm just like, oh my God. I don't know why I choose to do that in that moment. I don't know, to like help me cry. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh my Lord, have mercy. So I agree with that one.
Sometimes I'll think about pretty morbid
Oh,
stuff.
for sure. Yeah.
And like make myself cry.
Yeah.
Like not intentionally, but I just am like,
It's just crazy
what
to
if
think. Yeah.
this, or like someday this is gonna happen, and
Yeah.
like that's sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's more, but I feel like we should talk about the dumb ones.
Yeah, me too.
That's better.
Because that's better.
Okay, this one I related to so much. Being hungry but not wanting to cook.
Ugh. That is, and then trying to like save money, like you already told yourself you're not going to eat out, and you're just like stuck at home with like your, what did you call it, the ingredient household with like some random shit in there. Oh my God, it's the fucking worst.
That's like literally me tonight. I'm not gonna cry, but like I had grapes and like a protein shake because I don't have food because I'm leaving.
You don't want to like buy a thing.
But I'm like, I'm hungry,
Yeah.
but I also just like the Green Chef or whatever it is that I have is so nice.
Yeah.
Because
For those moments.
I get home and I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I'm having.
Yeah.
It's like, you're so good at prepping and I just don't do that.
I have the time to, though, I think. I feel like you don't have as much like time.
Because I'm fucking driving to work
Yeah.
for 2 hours.
Yeah.
It kills so much of my day. When I was working from home yesterday and I like closed my computer at 4 because I was just over it.
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
have
I
all
literally
this
can
time.
go like hang out with someone. I can start cooking. I can do the episode. Like I got so much done before you came home in those like 2 hours.
Yeah.
When usually I leave work at 4,
And you're
I don't
driving.
get back till after 5, and then I'm like so
Exhausted from the
exhausted
day.
and I have to lay down. When you drive in traffic, I feel like it drains.
Oh, it takes
all
everything
your
out of you.
energy.
Absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And if, like, regardless of the weather, I feel like when it's cloudy, it's gross because it's cloudy. And then when it's sunny, it's like then you're hot in your car trying to drive too. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. It's because you can't zone out. You have to be paying attention because of the stop and go. Not saying you should zone out when you drive. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying you can.
Just
sometimes.
saying.
My coffee I ordered iced was made hot. And I get that because it's like
It's like a little thing.
just like,
Like if that
if
was
you're
the
having
one
a
thing you
bad
needed
day.
and it fucks up, I would for sure cry.
if you're like trying to treat yourself, you're like, I'll just go get a coffee, like take a walk,
yes.
and then it's the wrong order, and you're just
Oh.
like, this is the one that I put. I said a baby turtle yawning, because one time I was at the
Zoo?
don't know, wherever they have baby turtles,
Oh.
and it was so cute. It was so little, and it opened its little mouth, and I
little
just started
snapper.
sobbing. I was like, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. It wasn't sad tears. Old men that are alone in public.
Oh,
I feel
same.
like just old people in general.
Oh my God, all the time. I just get so like, they could be like the weirdest little old fart, but I'm just like, oh my God, you're
Especially
old.
if they're like eating alone.
Yeah.
I do that. I go to restaurants and eat alone. So I'm like, I know they're fine, but I'm also like, are they fine?
Yeah. We had this like regular at the restaurant I worked at in Castro Valley, and when I started he was alone, and like we'd always set him up with like the same table that he normally got, or like if there was a wait we would try to seat him before, and he would like most of the time be by himself. And I remember like asking around and they'd be like, oh well, like a few years ago it used to be him and his wife, but like I think she passed away a few years ago, and ever since like it's just been him. And I'm like, that story in itself is sad. And then one day he came in and we were really busy, it was like a Friday night, and he went to like put his name down, and I was like, oh, like so and so just for one, and he was like, actually 3 tonight, and he brought like 3 of his friends, cried for sure, because I'm just like, that's so sweet. Like you have friends and you're so proud you bring them to your like local Mexican restaurant.
Aww,
so cute. Love that
that
guy.
is so
Forget his
cute.
name though. I'll ask on these.
These aren't really dumb. These are cute.
No, they're not. It's just like in the moment you're like, what?
Yeah. This is funny. The twist in Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2 really got me.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember watching that in theaters. I can't watch it now. It is like such a joke. But in theaters, I was just like, oh, what? Yeah.
Also, I think you know who this is? The Justin Bieber movie. Because I cannot.
Unlocked core memory. Unlocked core freaking memory. I will never forget the day that oh my god.
That was like after
a
the
swim
state
meet
or some I think
some
it was
big
a high school
meet.
Yeah, like a bigger high school meet. I want to say like regionals or something.
Oh my god.
And then we're like, we should go watch Justin Bieber movie. And I feel like, did you and I both look at her?
Oh, at the same time. Huh?
What?
Full tears. But also, like, I can see it.
I think it was the One Less Lonely Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Part.
Yeah, where he brings them all on stage. Justin Bieber, God, you had so many people's hearts.
He did. I mean, he's still
That was fucking hilarious. That is a good one. I forgot about that.
This is also really funny. When I was too weak to open a jar of tomato sauce after a bad day, crying alone in the kitchen. It's just like that one thing. Yeah. And it's like, this should be so simple, and it just tips it over the edge because you're like, everything is not going right.
Those moments are when I turn into Regina George, where she finds out that what's her bucket or whatever her name is. Yeah, like walks in and like slaps the lamp and runs and just like, you are a fugly slut. That's what that energy is giving me.
Okay, I'll do 3 more.
Okay.
The show Jury Duty. Do you know that show?
No, I don't live under a rock, but
I do. And then these 2, I feel like are what we talked about, and it's dumb. It is dumb. Boys.
Yep.
It's dumb that we cry over them.
Yep.
It's dumb that they.
I didn't say it. I'm trying to be better.
It's dumb that they can have such power over our emotions.
And then just not. It's dumb how high we place them.
Yeah.
And then refuse to place ourselves at the same level.
Yeah. TikTok is crazy. It's a crazy place. And after I thought I had been ghosted, I was watching TikToks and I saw this video. This woman was saying, like, why are you asking yourself, like, why is he ghosting me? What is he thinking? Why are you worried about him? This is you're the main character.
Yeah.
So how am I feeling? What am I thinking? And just, like, turning it on yourself.
Yeah. Which
I felt like was just kind of like a light bulb moment in my head, because I have been asking you, like, why is he doing this? Like, I don't understand. Here are all the signs and what I thought was happening, and now
I wonder, do you romanticize things? Because I find myself being a big, like, diehard romantic. And in the sense of, like, I'm always searching for, like, the one, or this big thing is gonna not even, like, forever, but at least, like, a relationship or a spark, and it's gonna be this moment or whatever. So when, like, I build it up in my head and I get the letdown, I'm like, I get so bummed out.
I think in a way, yes, but I also feel like I'm pretty realistic with myself.
Yeah, of what the expectations are and what you think is going to happen.
Yeah, because it's like, just for context on this guy, because we keep talking about him. If we didn't have, like, a connection, like, I think, too, because the setting was him and his friend and me and my best friend.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it was very, like, organic. Like, I feel like there was banter. We were very much ourselves.
Night.
Like, it was fun.
Yeah.
And I feel like the last...
4
every
days.
Time
that
I've hung out with a guy, it's
yeah.
not like that. And so I feel like because it had been such an organic, like, start in that way, and then when he's doing forehead kisses and things like that are just like, the next
women read into
thing,
that. Yeah, no,
you know?
I agree. I can't work it
I'm
out.
brushing my teeth and he comes around and hugs me. Like, that's not like a...
No.
Like a, oh, I'm just here to hook up type of thing.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, is that romanticizing it?
I don't know. I guess like they just show their actions speak louder than, but that's an action too. I don't know. Honestly, I can't figure it out. That's why I keep telling you. I know it's annoying, but I literally can't figure it out.
I don't know. Boys are dumb.
I agree to whoever
dumb.
said that.
Yeah. And then the last one was my period, and that's really been the theme of this episode. I think that's why we've been so emotional. Also, we're synced up because we live in the same house.
It's been fun. It's been fun, to say the least. All right. Well, some of the things that I thought of that make me cry, like dumb things, or not even dumb, but just things that have made me cry. Crushed a snail while running.
I cannot. I literally think of that every time I run in the morning, which is, I act like I run all the time. Anytime I run in the morning and I see them, I'm like,
dodge.
I would be so devastated.
I know,
if
it's
I
so
crushed
sad because
one.
it's like they're just there, dude, living their life, and a big giant comes up, dude. It's so sad. So sad.
Has that happened numerous times?
I feel like not numerous, but like I also run. It's me and my 2 dogs. So like when we're running, like the likelihood of some snail being smashed gets higher. I mean, yeah, Luna's missing a leg, but like there's still 3 there to crush things. It's happened enough for me to write it down. Mm-hmm. It hasn't happened recently, but enough. This is pretty recent. Water got all over the bathroom while I was washing my face. You know, when you
cry?
Yes, because like when you just finish cleaning your bathroom and you like are trying to wash your face and then it drips down your elbows and it gets all over your feet and all over the floor and then the whole counter's a mess. I'm like, I just felt so defeated.
Yeah.
Also, like, why?
I've seen an invention.
Yeah.
They have wrist towels. I know it's stupid.
What?
But they have them specifically for that. So when you wash your face, it just...
I need that.
Yeah.
Because I can't with it. And I don't ever remember being a problem until recently. But the drip past the elbow, ooh, that's a no to the no for me. My job.
That's not dumb, though.
That's a big
piece of your life.
Yeah, that's not dumb. Freshly washed jeans that were really hard to get on. You know, when you just like jeans are just washed, they're nice and clean, and you're trying to shove yourself in them.
Am I really this large?
Yeah.
That they're not gonna go on my body.
Yeah, and I literally think that if I take a single wide step, they're gonna rip in half. Mm-hmm. Not fun, and definitely worthy of a good tear. I couldn't put my earring in. Like, I couldn't find the hole.
These fucking nails. I spent so long this morning trying to get my earring in. I was like, this is a simple task. This is a simple task.
I love your nails. I know you're over them.
But here's the thing. I feel like you get sad and I just get like mad. I'm like,
sad, bad. Have you seen that SNL skit?
No.
Oh, no, that's really funny. I get mad too. That's what I'm saying. This is weird because these things I would normally get, but sometimes even if I get mad, I get like, I still cry. Like
so
the jeans. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The time that I ripped my jeans from work. Oh my God. That was the day. I was so upset. So that was a dumb thing. I think I've said that before, haven't I?
I don't know. Say it again.
Okay, well, I got done this is when I worked at a restaurant and I got off my shift and I was just so upset over something dumb, probably boys. And I bent down to like, or no, I was in basically like the fetal position or child's pose. And I like stood up and I like kind of went to go like this on the ground. Like I slammed my head on the ground. That's dramatic. I was just being like sad and like went to like bow my head to the ground and my fucking pants ripped at the butt. And I was so upset. I took both of my hands to my butt cheeks, basically where the rip is, and went like hulked my pants because I was so upset and tried to like rip them fully off because I was just so done with the day.
I wish I had a video.
No. I would have hated that. That's like one of the moments that like if I would have done that growing up and my sisters would have taken a video of it, the fury would have just continued. Hated that. Cracked my phone screen. I hate that.
That was recent.
That is recent. Makes me cry. When I trip while walking the dogs. Like, when I trip in public while, like, walking the dogs, like, it just gets me so in my head that I could cry.
Aww.
It is so dumb. And then when my mom doesn't answer the phone.
Oh my God.
I cried. This isn't like every time I trip, I cry, or every time my mom doesn't answer. But I was just like the dumb ones that can't believe it.
Well, when it's like, you really need to talk to your mom, and then she's not answering, and it's kind of like the iced coffee, or the I can't open a jar. It's like that one little thing that's like, I just needed a win.
I know.
And I didn't get it.
And they're so relatable, too. I feel like anybody could say anything. Like, you can't unlock a door, or like your car won't turn on, or like anything that you cry about.
A little too close to
I know
home.
everything. I'm just trying to figure out like recent things that are worth crying. That if I was like a little bit more on the unstable mentally side, I would have a mental breakdown because of it.
Yeah,
it's so dumb. I love it.
I did want to share a little thought that I had.
Little thought. Can't wait to hear it.
And maybe this is not good advice for you, but this is just how I put things in perspective when I'm really sad.
Okay.
Should I share it?
Yeah. Wait, I don't even know what you're going to say.
Okay. Well, because sometimes it's, I don't know. Okay. Cut this all out. It's really not that, I don't know why I'm being weird. Whenever I go to the ocean, it makes me feel like an insignificant speck of sand. And I love that because it makes me feel like, why am I worried about such dumb, small things? Not that everything in my life is dumb and small, but in a way, yes. Mm-hmm. And I think about quitting my job also, and like, okay, I'm going to tie these together. But like, they always say you're replaceable at work. Like, anyone is replaceable. No matter how amazing you are, how great you actually could be at your job, and how much of a difference you make, everyone is literally replaceable.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you zoom that out even more, it's like your life is such a small blip in this whole universe and everything that's happening and all the lives that are going on. And so,
in
like,
this exact moment.
Like, even sitting in traffic, or like, I was at the Costco gas station earlier and I was looking at all the people in their car and I was like, I don't know any of you, and we're all here at the gas station and everyone has their lives and things that are going on.
I forget.
If you think of it, let me know.
I will. It's a Pinterest quote, I'm pretty sure, so I don't know if it's real or not.
But like, those three examples, I think sometimes are just like, yes, you should care about your life and care about the people in it and care about what you're doing, but it's also like, sometimes it's okay to be like, that was dumb, or like, why am I so stressed or worked up about this thing, and just like laugh it off in a way. Like, yes, cry. This is the point of the episode. Crying is good and you should release that emotion. But I think sometimes this has been a practice for myself of like holding on to things for so long, especially with work. That's been like the biggest shift in my life in the last year of like, I'm not curing cancer. Mm-hmm. I am not like, I don't know, Martin Luther King, or what is the nun that like was really kind?
Yeah, what is her name? Not Elizabeth. That's my name. Teresa?
Mother Teresa?
Mother Teresa. Wow. Oh, dear Lord, save us all. Mother Teresa. Elizabeth?
I was like,
is her name?
Like Queen Elizabeth. You're right.
She's far from us.
Anyway, I don't know what this tangent, if that provided any value.
No,
if you're feeling sad, but
I totally
like,
agree with that.
Like, your life is so small and so insignificant in the grand scheme of things. It's as important as you make it out to be. And so it's like, maximize your memories, your adventures, your day. Mm-hmm. In the What We Said podcast, JC always talks about like romanticizing your life.
Yeah. And
I love that. And it's not something I do often, but sometimes like when I'm cooking in the kitchen and I'm like like, this is my life. Like, this is what I'm doing, and I'm loving it, and, like, this is a cute little scene in my life that I'm living right now. Or, like, when I tell you I, like, pretend I'm in a movie in traffic. Like, to try and just make it more of, like, enjoyable, because it's very easy that table can turn and I'm just, like, so upset.
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens, and that's fine, but just, like...
I think that's why I like this episode, because, like, yeah, like you said, crying's good, but also... laugh about it, and also realize, like, we're all relatable. Like I said, any girl, or frankly anybody, could come up to me and be like, you want to know what I just cried about? Like, something dumb, say I don't even know, like, I don't even know, I'm running out of ideas here. And I would be like, I agree. Like, I would cry about that too. And then you feel, like, less alone. And then you realize, like you said, like, it's not a big deal. Like, we're all just trying to figure it out. No one knows what they're doing. But, like, yeah, romanticize your life. I totally agree with that. Sometimes I'm like, oh, man, like, you think about, like, people living in France and Italy, or, you know, and they're just, like, such a vibe. I'm like, this is a vibe. Your life is a vibe.
People want to live in San Diego.
Yeah, or literally anywhere.
Any life.
Yeah, like people are dreaming about everything, anything. Like, your life, people are dreaming of. Like, you're living someone's dream, so let it be, like, your dream type of thing. Quote me on that, bitches. Bitches. Yeah.
Okay, that was my, like, trying to be philosophical.
No, I love it. Hitting all the things. Yeah. People cry over dumb shit. Like, so dumb. Like, it's the same kind of thing, like a can top wouldn't open or something like that. And it just makes me giggle, because I'm like, I would not, if I see someone like that, like, off in the distance for some reason, like, clearly having a moment, a lot of the time I'm like, oof, I feel it. It's gonna be okay. I send vibes to you to be better, because I know that moment, that feeling. Yeah. So you're not alone, and I love that. Like, go if you have the privilege to live somewhere where there's an ocean or a big thing of water,
or even, like, the mountains too.
Honestly,
like,
any nature outside, to feel in the best way the least significant thing, because it's really, like, just nothing.
Yeah. So go out and cry, and then live your life.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next Wednesday.
And we'll see you next Wednesday. Love you guys.
Love you.